A little girl sets out to buy a gift for her mom, but then Sandra Bullock walks in and changes everything. But before we dive into this heartwarming story, let us know where you're watching from. And if you love stories like this, hit that subscribe button, because we've got another special one for you tomorrow. It was a crisp December evening in 2024 when 10-year-old Sophie Martinez emptied her piggy bank, determined to buy her mom a Christmas present. She had been saving up for months, gathering every coin she could find. Her mom, Maria, a 35-year-old single mother, had been her rock ever since Sophie's father left when she was just a baby. Maria worked long shifts as a nurse's aide at the local hospital. Despite her scrubs showing signs of wear, they were always neatly pressed. When she wasn't working, she was hunched over textbooks, studying late into the night, dreaming of one day becoming a registered nurse. Money was always tight in their small Atlanta apartment, but Maria never let Sophie feel it. With her warm smile and endless love, she made even the simplest meals feel like feasts. Christmas was her favorite time of year, even though they never had much for decorations or presents. But this year, Sophie was determined to give her something special. 3 weeks ago, she had noticed her mom pause in front of a jewelry store window, her tired eyes lingering on a delicate, heart-shaped locket. Maria had gently touched the glass and whispered, "Maybe someday," before hurrying off to catch her bus to work. That someday was going to be today. With exactly $15.42 saved up from couch cushions, birthday cards, and weekly chores, Sophie walked 8 blocks after school, clutching a Ziploc bag of coins, her heart full of hope and determination. Little did she know, that night was about to become extraordinary. As she approached the counter, her hands trembled with excitement. But then, her heart dropped. The elderly cashier, kind but apologetic, shook her head. "I'm so sorry, sweetheart," she said gently. "The price went up last week. It's $25 now." Sophie's eyes filled with tears as she desperately counted her savings again, her small fingers pushing coins around on the glass counter. $15.42. No matter how many times she recounted, the amount wouldn't change. "Please," Sophie whispered, her voice breaking. "Is there anything you can do? It's for my mom, she works so hard. I just wanted to give her something special." The cashier's eyes softened, but she helplessly glanced at her manager. Sophie swallowed her disappointment and began gathering her coins, each one feeling heavier than before, when suddenly, a gentle voice spoke behind her. "Let me help with that." Sophie froze. She turned around and standing there, in a simple black sweater and jeans, was none other than Sandra Bullock. The actress's warm brown eyes crinkled with kindness as she smiled at the stunned little girl. Around them, customers stopped to stare, and the cashier's jaw practically hit the floor. Sandra crouched down, her voice soft. "Is this for someone special?" Sophie nodded shyly, barely able to contain her hope. It's for my mom," she managed to say. She really liked it when we saw it before, but her voice trailed off as she looked at the money in her hands. Sandra's eyes softened even more. "Tell you what," she said, reaching into her wallet and handing the cashier a crisp $50 bill. "This one's on me. And let's make sure it gets gift-wrapped beautifully." She smiled warmly. Every mom deserves something special at Christmas. The cashier's hands trembled slightly as she took the money. Sophie stood there, clutching her Ziploc bag of coins, unable to believe what was happening. But Sandra Bullock wasn't done. She gently placed a hand on Sophie's shoulder and asked a question that would change everything. "You know what? Your mom sounds pretty amazing. Would you tell me more about her?"